Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about alcohol deliveries on Doordash. So one of the more lucrative opportunities out there for Doordash is the alcohol delivery, but with alcohol delivery comes a lot of red flags for obvious reasons. Mainly because of the risk of identifying another person and making sure that person's over 21, etc., etc. Which isn't that risky, but it's risky enough to where if you do it wrong, you get deactivated. So with that said, I want to go over everything you must know about alcohol deliveries, what they tell you versus how it actually is, and everything in between. But before we do that, let's go over a quick disclaimer. The content of this video does not contain and is never intended to be legal, business, financial, tax, or health advice of any kind. This video is for entertainment purposes only. It is advised that you conduct your own research and consult with qualified professionals before applying anything you find online. I also want to be clear that everything that we're going to be going over in this video is very market dependent, especially with dealing with local state alcohol laws. That's a different story altogether. So what applies to me in my market may not apply to you. So with that said, let's get started. While on a dash, you may see orders containing alcoholic beverages. The following information is intended to help you lawfully deliver alcohol with Doordash. You could be held liable if you deliver alcohol to a minor or someone who is visibly intoxicated. So it's important that you know what to do to protect yourself and the customer. Keep in mind also that there are legitimate sting operations that actually happen within Doordash. They will make sure that you're doing it right. So if you don't think it can happen to you, it absolutely can. And it has almost happened to me a couple times. We'll go over that later. Important reminders: you must verify the customer's identity by following instructions in the Dasher app before you hand them an order containing alcohol. You cannot leave an alcohol order unattended or hand it to someone else who cannot produce a valid ID, even if they claim that the customer is inside and can't come to the door. Yeah, some people like to just tape their IDs on the door and have you scan it there and just leave it at the door. Don't do that. It may have been reasonable during the times of COVID-19 where that you could see them through the window and they set it up that way, but that day is just not today. They gotta come to the door. Dashers cannot consume alcohol prior to or while dashing or be under the influence of anything. I feel like that's self-explanatory. What do I gotta say anything about that? Don't do drugs and alcohol while you're driving. The name on the consumer's ID doesn't need to match the consumer's name in the Dasher app. However, you must always verify the consumers have a valid government issue photo ID to confirm they are of legal age. So let's say someone is coming to you that is picking up for Ashley. It's obviously a guy, and they're picking it up for their girlfriend. Fine, you can hand it to them, but at the same time, make sure that they're still over the age of 21. This is a serious business. You may be held liable if you provide alcohol to a person who is underage or intoxicated. Liability may include facing fines or jail time for illegal alcohol delivery, facing civil suits, which typically result in monetary fine, but a criminal action can result in jail time, facing lawsuits that individuals may bring against delivery persons to recover damages for personal injury or property, removal from major delivery platforms resulting from non-compliance. Remember, we're here to support you. If you have any questions before, during, or after a dash, get in touch with us through the Dasher app. Let me put it this way: F around and find out. Do not be the guy to push the boundaries and say, you know what, you say your dad's in there, he's 17, he can hold the bottle, right? No, don't do that. Dasher requirements. Dashers must be 21 plus years of age and have a valid driver's license to deliver orders containing alcohol. Have your driver's license ID ready. When you pick up the order, merchants will ask you for it. Just like the customer has to be over 21, you gotta be over 21 too. And I'm pretty sure they actually have you take a test for that too, to make sure you're smart enough to actually not F around and find out. So make sure you take that test too. How do I know if an order contains alcohol? You'll see a badge on the screen containing that the order contains alcohol. It's a little different than the badges you would see for red card only or catering bag required or pizza bag required. It says it just above the deliver by time. Once you click accept, the Dasher app will include steps required to deliver alcohol safely and compliantly in accordance with applicable state laws. Make sure you're following your state laws just as much as the Dasher rules on the subject. The last thing you need is the law enforcement officer to get all uppity about you having alcohol in the car. Your step-by-step delivery guide. Follow the steps in the Dasher app. Upon delivery, you'll be prompted to scan the customer's physical ID. Take a look, make sure the person on the ID is the same person handing the order to, the same person you're handing the order to. So let's say the boyfriend is picking up for the girlfriend, right? Don't accept her ID, accept his ID, because he's the person in front of you. It's okay if the boyfriend wants to pick up for the girlfriend, but if the boyfriend's in front of you, accept the boyfriend's ID. Key delivery rules to remember: don't accept additional orders or special requests for alcohol directly from customers, for example, if they reach out via text. So if they ask you to stop for cigarettes or something else along the way, don't. I feel like that's obvious enough. Don't leave an order unattended for a customer to collect. You must deliver the order in person. Use your best judgment. Remember, you can always refuse to deliver if a person appears below 21 years of age but presents an ID saying they're older. Also, keep in mind, if they're playing games with you, you could just turn on the timer and initiate a return trip and actually make more from the return trip. Restricted locations: public or private school, K through 12, e.g. elementary school, college campus, a frat house, prison, reformatory, veterans home, or state capitol grounds, locker or similar package storage service, business that sells alcohol, liquor store. Which I feel like at this point, everything's obvious enough outside the liquor store. I don't know why a liquor store can't order from another liquor store, but I also can't see a reason why they would either. If you arrive at a customer's address with an alcohol order and you see that the address is, or you reasonably suspect that it is, one of the above locations, you are empowered to refuse the delivery. Follow the can't complete delivery instructions in your Dasher app, which will guide you on what to do with the alcohol. Like I said, you have every right to do that. Don't let customers treat you like garbage that way. How to verify a customer's identity. Remember, you must verify the customer's identity before handing them the order. The Dasher app will guide you as you go so you can focus on the delivery. Remember, you cannot hand over the alcohol to the customer until you've completed all the steps in the Dasher app. You'll be prompted to scan the customer's ID before handing over any items. Scan the front of the customer's ID to confirm that they are over 21 years of age. You must confirm that the customer matches the photo in the ID presented and that the ID is valid. In states that require a signature, you'll be prompted to collect the customer's signature, which most of them are just going to write a squiggly line and that's going to be the end of it. There are 4 valid, acceptable forms of ID. State ID cards or driver's license. This might be a physical card or a digital scan at the Dasher app. U.S. military ID, U.S. passport, foreign country passport. I've received military IDs, I've received passports, foreign country passports, and driver's license and IDs. Like, sometimes you may actually have a problem actually scanning it. They do give you a manual option, but I still wouldn't risk it. These are invalid, non-acceptable forms of ID. Non-government ID, EX, college ID or work ID, credit card, printed copy, or photo of an ID, expired IDs. I had a customer that I had to continuously remind that their ID is expiring, and if you don't provide a proper ID after it expires, I can't deliver it to him. He waited until the very last day to actually get his ID renewed. It was an experience, to say the least. And a credit card is not an ID. There's no reasonable way to refer to that as an ID. No college IDs, no library cards, no school IDs or anything like that. And of course, no copies or photos of IDs. What to check a physical ID for? Check the photo and physical description and make sure they match the customer. Confirm both the expiration date and the customer's date of birth. For physical IDs, hold it to see if it has been tampered with or if it looks fake. And of course, if the ID is fake, you're gonna have to return the items. Some things to consider confirming a valid physical ID. Some states use a raised text or embossed elements that you could feel on valid IDs. A valid ID will not include images of a lock or key. In some states, valid ID can also include holographic images. These 3D images can change when the ID is viewed at different angles. I've never known about the lock or key, but you also want to check for perforated edges, glue, stuff like that. How to spot a fake. The edges of a valid ID should be smooth and uniform, whereas the edges of a fake ID may be rougher or coming apart. Like I said, valid identification should not include words like genuine, souvenir, official, novelty, authentic. Why would that even be on an ID to begin with? I don't understand. What did DoorDash go through? If lamination is split thin or has bubbles, it may be tampered with. Severely damaged ID should not be accepted. So if it seems like the ID went through like a lot of damage in order to actually come out of the wallet or something, or maybe it's just bent to hell, then it's severely damaged. You probably don't want to take it anyway. Remember, you can always refuse to deliver if a person appears below 21 years old but presents an ID saying they're older. Preventing delivery to underage customers. Rules in the United States. By law, you must be 21 years or older to purchase, possess, or consume alcohol orders in the United States. People under the age of 21 may not purchase or receive alcohol. People 21 or older may not purchase alcohol on behalf of someone under the age of 21. Which, if that's not common sense at this point, you probably shouldn't be watching this video. Preventing delivery to intoxicated customers. It is illegal to serve someone alcohol who is already intoxicated. The law requires that alcohol should not be delivered to a customer who appears to be intoxicated with any substance such as alcohol or cannabis, for example. So if you open the door and you got alcohol and it smells like weed, you probably shouldn't deliver that. Here are some common signs that someone's had too much to drink. Look for glassy or bloodshot eyes if someone clearly has difficulty keeping their eyes open. If you notice that the person's breath or clothes smell of alcohol, this may be an effective telltale sign of intoxication. If someone is having trouble walking straight or fumbling with objects, this may be a sign that they are intoxicated. Use your best judgment since some medical conditions can cause similar symptoms. If it seems like they're drunk, they probably are. How to refuse delivery. Politely tell the customer that you cannot deliver the alcohol. Take the alcohol back to your vehicle. Follow the instructions in your Dasher app, which will guide you on what to do with the alcohol. Should a potentially tricky situation arise, get to a safe location and call the police. So if they get all uppity that you're not delivering their alcohol because it seems like they're drunk, you still have the right to refuse a delivery, and you're gonna make more on the return trip than you will just delivering it to them and risking your own account. So for orders that also contain non-alcohol items, you may leave the non-alcohol items, but the alcohol items must be returned or disposed of per the guidelines in the Dasher app. So let's say you're dealing with a grocery order and you have a bunch of different groceries and then 2 bottles of wine, but the customer is not there. You have to return the 2 bottles of wine. Whatever you do with the groceries, that's on you. But what I would do is I would leave the groceries, take the bottles of wine, return that to the store, get paid more on the return trip, and then that way you did what you had to do. And of course, the app is going to walk you through that entire subject. Now, I do have a few side notes that I would like to go over on this subject. Alcohol deliveries tend to have higher tips. So Tony Hsiu did a conference a while back stating that orders that contain alcohol tend to be 30% larger in order size and ticket value than that of just normal orders. And that goes for restaurants with mixed drinks, that goes for grocery orders, etc., etc. And because of that, that leads to better tips for you. However, this doesn't take away from the overall principle of no-tip customers are still no-tip customers. So at the end of the day, no tip, no trip, and don't compromise your standards for anybody. Don't scan your own ID. Now, sometimes there may be a chance that you hand over the alcohol and you forget to scan the ID as you're walking back to your car. You decide, you know what, I'm not going to bother the customer again. I'll scan my own ID. Do not do that. Just knock on the door. The customer will be more understanding. If they rate you badly because you bothered them a second time, that says more about them, if anything. Don't make exceptions. Alcohol orders are a little bit heavier stakes than any other delivery, and you can be deactivated for that. I don't care if the food was only made with alcohol and a very little at that. There's no way they can get drunk. If the app is asking you, scan the ID. If the customer gets all uppity and says, do I look like I'm under 21 to you? Doesn't matter. You need to scan the ID. Or literally, just like we said before, you hand in the order and realized it was too late that you gotta knock on the door, you gotta get the ID. Don't make exceptions for that. Just get the ID. You need the ID. Ratings risk. Now, with all of these alcohol delivery orders, and there are some customers that get a little uppity at you for stupid reasons. Like I said, do I look under 21 to you? Hey, you knocked on the door a second time. You were waiting for 4.5 minutes, and by the end of the 5th minute, that's when they came to the door, and they were all upset that you were knocking and ringing the bell the whole time. Now, DoorDash will help you to a certain degree, but the fact of the matter is that if they rate 1 star and don't give an actual reason, that's going to end up on you. Don't be that guy. Now, some of you heard that you can make more money on the return trip than just delivering the order. Don't be that guy. Don't try to take advantage of a system knowing that you'll make more money on the subject. Not to mention, if the customer complains about that and you get reported for that, that may lead to deactivation anyway. So either way, don't be that guy. Did I miss anything? Is there something else about alcohol delivery that I have yet to cover in this video? Let me know in the comments. Let's make sure that anybody and everybody that wants to do alcohol delivery, that wants to make more money with alcohol delivery, knows how to deal with it, and they can make the most amount of money in the least amount of time in the safest possible way. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.